Good evening, everybody. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? Good. Hi. All right. Welcome to the Goodness Show. I'm your host, Goodness. Man, does it feel good to be back. Took a long break, but we're finally getting back on track. First off, this is our first ever live episode. So hello to the people watching on HTV. So much happened during our break. I got canceled again. The ESM Awards took place last Saturday. FEC News is coming back. Drama whatsoever, but let's start off with the recent events. The ESM Awards successfully took place January 14th, and this year's awards was not nuked. And the winners weren't actually the same this time. Well, maybe just a little. Chalks won a majority of the awards, with Adrian's right behind them. And Patrick's and Oscar's won a few as well. And after the awards, some drama with Rye broke out. Now keep in mind, drama has been happening for a while now, but after the awards, things just got a lot worse now. Holmes ended up publicly exposing Rye, and well, things got shared out of the video with screenshots and voice call recordings. And while we're getting on the topic of Holmes, HTV had an altered version of their New Year's Eve spectacular and announced 8 things on the night of the New Year's Eve. They announced 2 new series coming to HTV this year. One of them being The Stewarts and the other being called Busted, which is an interesting name choice. They also announced FEC News Season 3 and promised to have more than 3 episodes. So don't worry, guys, this won't have 3 episodes, it's going to have 4. And the other series that we will be receiving a new season is this show. We're confirmed to move on the 4th season in the middle of late 2023. Yep. And then they announced 2 brand new brands companies, one of them being called AMS and the other being called G Sports. And they announced their final biggest announcement of the night, HTV Plaza, which was being built by tonight's guest, Terry. HTV wasn't the only one that made the event. Big Entertainment made a surprise appearance that night with their countdown to 2023 Disney 100. The entire event was him literally remixing music and then Mickey Mouse counting down. But to a more exciting New Year's Eve countdown, Spiral Entertainment had a spiral into a new year, which was the countdown for the West Coast and was an exciting event. Now, to some in real life stuff, Avengers star Jeremy Renner was in a freak accident involving a snowplow. They said that recently that he broke at least 30 bones, but recovering well. Disney Plus announced that Black Panther Wakanda Forever will be on Disney Plus February 1st. And recently, the Georgia Bulldogs has won the national championship twice in a row. So congratulations to them and go Dogs. And thank you. And this February 4th, Saturday, the horses go back to their first game of the season. And yeah, you see Twister Tech sitting over there, and it's his retirement of the team. So farewell, Twister. We will miss you there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back shortly for a special guest. Thank you. welcome back. Coming to the show tonight, we have a drummer who has recently been working with Nick for a few new albums that they have been coming up this year. In 2022, he was on Little Saint Nick. Now he is here tonight, and everybody, please welcome Terry.
Hello, everybody.
Hey Terry, how you doing?
Doing great.
Looking good today. We're like
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Anyway, Terry, how you feeling today?
Doing great. Just chilling, relaxing. Earlier today, I was just recording, playing my drums, and that's it.
Okay. Anyway, so Terry, I just want to be completely honest with you, but I don't know much about you, but I do know people in this community really love you a lot, and I think it's pretty cool about you. Now, I actually want you, if that's okay with you, to just share a story how you got this far.
Okay.
How you got to work with Nick, drumming, all that.
Ooh, I got to start. Whoa. So, we should- okay, so started off in 2020. I joined the community. And I first started off with Chunks late 2020, right after Rye was like canceled in 2020. I think it was like November or December 2020. I started off and I joined Chunks. And after that, I wasn't known at all in Chunks. Like nobody knew me. Like there was not a single person I knew and a single person who knew me because I was relatively new. But I liked Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't know there was an RPC community. So to be honest, I forgot how I gained popularity. I think it was just like me being nice and like doing nice things for people, like giving and getting back. I would give like there was so many times where I would like give people that I would use. I think about in the span of 6 or 8 months in 2022. I mean 2021, right? I would use some or a good portion of our money, right, on like the community, like just buying people nitro, giving them Robux just to be nice. And I didn't know that would give me popularity because I didn't care about popularity when I was just friends. So we skipped to mid 2021. I meet a lot of people. Like I used to look up to Elijah, and now I'm basically friends with him. It's crazy because before I used to like always look up to him and see how good his stuff was. Now I'm like over here at a building skill of like really relatively like really good people who are good at building. Like, for example, Tavon, Hexen, Emtar, who's in the crowd right now. Emtar is in the crowd. You got a lot of Holmes, Gage. You all may not know Gage. Showbiz, Nick, Danny, and a whole lot of other people. Those are just some that I can name off the top of my head. And I don't know how I went from being this just random kid in the fandom, didn't know anybody, to like this so-called popular guy who's known by everybody. Let me go to how I started working with Nick. So it started, I think it was in March 2022 or April 2022, right? So I got my drum set for Christmas of 2021, and I started playing it on December 27th because I didn't have drumsticks. So I would have to go to Guitar Center, I think the 26th or the 27th, and then I would get drumsticks, just one pair of drumsticks that I think I still have. It just depends on how beaten up it is for me to tell. And then I showed, like, I would start posting videos of me playing the drums on YouTube, and I would go on until this day. My most recent drum cover is from 3 or 4 days ago. It's like a Tom Petty song. from 1989. So I would do these drum covers, right? I even do Rockefeller drum cover. Like I'm like the only person in this community who like makes these drum covers and posts them publicly. Like I've been doing, like if you look at all of my channel, the three top things you're gonna see in terms of drum covers: Chuck E. Cheese songs, Rockefeller Explosion, and mostly Bruce Springsteen songs because he's my favorite artist. So I think Nick hit me up or the other way around. I told him, hey, he talked about a band or I talked about a band, and he said, well, yeah, we should start a band. And then I basically just agreed. And then that sparked just like our little two-man band that's called the GTs. Some of you guys may know this,
GT.
most of you guys don't.
Is the GT
Uh,
for like in Nick's name?
yep, yep, that type of GT.
Okay. Okay, I was just wondering there. Thank you.
So the band is called the GT, right? We have this. I think we have two songs. There was like two songs we made in the early days. It's Catch a Wave, and I think there's another one. It's not Little Saint Nick. It's like Catch a Wave and 409. Yeah, Catch a Wave and 409. So when we did Catch a Wave, we did Catch a Wave and 409, and I was relatively new to playing the drums. But it was only 4 or 5 months in.
That like kind of yeah, the one the Rockefeller explosion and the Beach Boys made.
Yep.
All that.
Well, we did the Beach Boys one because he likes the Beach Boys more. He's into the family.
Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So we would, so we did those two songs, and I was very new to drumming. Maybe 4 or 5 months into drumming, and oh my gosh, I was horrible. The timing was off. My drum sounded horrible because I didn't know how to tune properly, and I didn't learn how to properly tune maybe until May. Yeah, probably until May and April. And I think at the time I only had 2 or 3 drum heads specifically for my snare. Now I have over 20 drum heads for my snare and my toms. Like I went from having just this little drum kit to like a ton of equipment and stuff. Like I have a ton of drum heads, a ton of drumsticks, a lot of stuff for like the cymbals. So after doing Catcher 409, my skill really built up because now that I think about it, that was almost a year ago. Like in a few, I think like 3 or 4 months, it's going to be a full year since we did those songs, which is crazy.
Wow. What do you have like a favorite song you did?
My favorite song that we did so far, it's probably going to be the new ones coming up. I think maybe in February to April. It just depends when I get the drum mics. Because I obviously need drum mics so we can have that studio recording feel.
All right.
Like
All right.
Nick has all his recording stuff, while me, all I have is literally just a phone and a computer. So I need drum mics and I need an audio interface so I can record. But right now, my drumming has really improved since then. Like I somehow like I don't have anybody who teaches me how to play. I don't have a tutor. I don't have like a drum coach or whatever. My family wants to give me lessons, but they haven't, and I told them not to. And I learned how to do so much stuff like drum rolls, paradiddles, and just like there's some stuff that I did that I didn't even know I did. And I didn't have to like I was just scrolling on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. And I saw like these drummers, these like influencers, social media drummers just pop right up and they would just like give you these little mini lessons on how they play and stuff. And then I skipped the video only because I realized I did all that stuff without me knowing because I don't know how to read music and I only play by ear. I used to know how to read music. That was all the way back in the 6th grade. So that was about 4 or 5 years ago. Well, actually 3 or 4 years ago. I
Okay.
completely didn't know how to read music and I just played by ear. I can do almost any song actually did like a little piece of Time Sawyer by Rush a few days
Oh,
back. I didn't have to read the anything. I still did pretty well. If I were to rate it, maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. But I don't know how to read music, and I listened to it, and I was like, okay, this sounds really cool, and this sounds really hard to do. So I did it, and Neil Peart, who's the drummer of Rush, he has this big drum set, and mine is like relatively smaller. So that was already a disadvantage for me for doing that drum solo. But I still got it done, and it was fun, really fun to do.
oh, okay. Yeah, so you most were you so you just love the sound of it, sort of, and kind of like um I don't know how to say it, but um basically doing it, it makes you happy, right? Just drumming.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Glad it does because we got we all gotta either use music to make us happy or just to have something to beat on, like the drums, and I think that's a good way to have our all our cares to ourselves. But yeah.
Yeah, because music as a whole is a wonderful coping mechanism. So like whenever I'm upset or some or like mad or just feel negative, right? All I do is I just go up to my drum set used to be in my basement, but we're working in the basement and it's still not done. And I really wanted to play. So I set it up in the attic and I've been playing up there for about 2 or 3, maybe 4 weeks now. And I've just been going crazy and my drumming has relatively gotten better. I have so many videos up of these songs I did back when I was just starting off. I'm gonna
Yeah,
redo those songs and make a comparison video just to show everybody how much I've improved in just a year.
we all need that compliment. Like, you improved so much since the last time I saw this. But yeah, glad you have that mindset to redo it and just say I improved. 'Cause, you feel proud of yourself then. You know what I mean?
That was the
Yeah.
same thing for building too. For
Yeah, building
building,
up.
like shoot, bro, my building was horrible. I think I don't build Chuck E. Cheese's like at all. The only like I haven't told
That
anybody.
might.
So
Yeah, we all
you can
start
go.
there. Yeah, we all start there. My buildings suck too, but we all we all start somewhere. It's never a shame. Okay, go ahead.
I was absolutely horrible. I have this CEC Chuck E. Cheese store I made. I didn't even make it. It was just like an entire store that was just on the free model toolkit, and I just took it and like rebranded it, changed the logo and stuff, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is my store. I made it all by myself. In reality, I did not make a single asset in that game, or nor did I know how to build it. And then that was in 2020. You fast, and I wasn't known. Then we fast forward to now. The audience doesn't know this. I think only one person from the audience knows this, and that's Emtar. Maybe Sean Shepard.
Mm.
I made this Chuck E. Cheese, which is a very known store, which is Maxway, Ohio, Columbus Maxway Avenue, Ohio, which closed. I don't know when it closed. I think 2019, 2020. I don't know. I don't care. Because I'm not in the family. But I made this store. He did not finish it, but it looked really, really good. And this was back late 2022. This was from I think we started it in August or September. We're not working on it anymore. I think we've rebuilt it 1 or 2 times. It looks really okay. But like if I had pictures, I would like find them and send them. But I'm not going into the studio because I don't build like that no more. But if I did, I would obviously go in, grab some like try and take some good pictures and send it. My most recent build that's like really, really good is HTV Studios. HTV Studios was really
Yeah,
fun to build.
HTV.
Like that was
HTV's a good one.
it was the most fun. Like HTV studios really showed how good
Yeah, I will
skill.
say HTV's good. I mean, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for HTV. So thank you, Holmes. We love you.
That's a fact. So I built HTV studios. It's still not done. It's still not done. I I have not finished the office building. There's two buildings. You got the office one and you got the filming one. I haven't finished the office one. I did finish the reception room. I know I don't have a picture of it in my camera, but I did send it to Holmes with like I think a few weeks, and it looks beautiful. And I really was happy when I saw how far I came with building. When I went from building garbage-free, model trashy stores and random builds to improving and making really, really good architectural type stuff. Like I've been helping with so much builds recently. Like I've been building with like so many people recently. Like I never thought I would build with Devon. I helped with the two out of the three Adrian stores. The first one I didn't know him much at all, but for the last two Adrian stores, the most recent one that opened I think in September or October, and the one before that, I helped with both those stores. And I did help program some shows too. I forgot what shows I helped with, but I just helped with like dialogue and small stuff, nothing too big.
Mm, yeah. I have a question. I asked this to almost every person in community, but like hearing your story, you've done things with CEC and stuff. Why do you like it? CEC, showbiz, all that.
I don't like it anymore because I just grew out of it. I didn't leave the film in particular, but I just grew out of
Oh,
it and just told people I was leaving. But the reason why I liked it was
yeah.
because I don't know the reason to be exact. Because this dates way back to 2018. I liked CC. I didn't know there was a community. I've been watching Rockafire CC videos for half a decade, and I don't know what got me into it, honestly. I think I just like, so there's this thing that would happen to me where every time we went to Chuck E. Cheese, right, and we got home, I would just search the store that I went to on YouTube and just watch videos of it. And that's what I did for every store I went to. And that was just
Yeah.
for three stores, because I've only been to three stores in total.
Yeah,
And I don't
we
know.
grow out of these things. We grow out of these things, but there's still interest in history and the way things are made in it. You know what I mean? So is that kind of your attitude, sort of?
Yeah,
Like
basically.
mostly, like we've grown out of it because it's for we all know it's a little kid place, but we're interested in it, like the things behind it. You know what I mean? Is that kind of how you're feeling, sort of?
Yeah. It
Uh,
it's sad seeing how I went from loving this place and all these show tapes and the animatronics and the whole architectural design and just everything in general about these two places. Just like me just falling out of love with it just because it wasn't even actually the stores and like the companies themselves. It was the communities that made me fall out of love with it.
mm,
Like I've seen
yeah,
everything.
community's
Not
good.
everything, but most. I've seen everything past December 2020. Everything in this film, I've seen every piece of drama. I haven't. There's been times I've been involved and not involved with. I've seen like everything, even if I'm involved or not involved, or I have a say or I don't have a say. I've seen like every ounce of drama, almost everybody's builds and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
So,
well, yeah. There was a lot more before that. This is my fifth year in this community, and man, I've seen it all. Like I know what you mean by that. It's crazy. But,
55.
yeah, no, no,
Wow.
I know what you mean by that. I've gotten involved with some stuff I just didn't want to get involved, and you know. But yeah, I know what you mean. I'm
Oh,
glad you're here. But we're still glad you're here. Um, yeah. But you said 2020, so that's that's about years ago if you're counting November, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You do agree it's fun. It's a lot of good people to meet, you know.
Yep. A lot of good people that I've hung out with. Mm, There's like three of them, four of them in the audience right now that I know just by looking at them. I see MC Sly, which is Slippy.
It's definitely not MTAR, right? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Maybe MTR is definitely one of them for sure. Those are the three. I thought there was. I know Song Shepherd was in the audience, but he left.
Hi, MTAR.
Those three people I've hung out with. MTR, I actually before I came, I was literally just playing a game with MTR, and it was really fun because I haven't played Roblox in forever.
Really? Yeah. MTAR is a cool guy. But
Always has
I'm
been.
glad your friends are here to watch you because I'll need friends I'll need friends, right?
Yep.
Sure. Anyway,
And
Terry, eh, we do have time for any questions from the audience. Is that okay with you?
that is fine with me.
All right, audience. If anyone wants to ask any questions to Terry, just tell me and I'll put you on the VC, okay? Or I'll type. Okay.
I could answer through text too from the
You
people
can
who
if
are
you
in the
want
chat.
to. Uh, Tar,
Oh, oh, oh,
Tar, you first.
uh, so there's somebody who is not supposed to be on stage that's here,
Let me see.
but I won't pay attention to them though.
I got it.
So if y'all got questions, you could ask me, and I'll just answer them while you guys are dealing with that.
Okay, Mtar, you could go first. Do you want VC or typing?
Here,
I'll just let them decide if they want to do that.
yeah, yeah, he has no microphone,
All right, I have no
so
microphone.
you could ask through the game chat.
All right.
I I also see your question, Mario RBX. I'll answer it after I answer Antoine's question. Will we play PTA Subway Callaghan and Madison after this? Maybe, just maybe. It depends if I feel like going to sleep. Well, I don't feel like going to sleep, but my sleep schedule really fixed itself. So there's a chance I might go to sleep right after this and wake up at like 5 or 6 a.m. because I start my day off really early now. Don't worry, Mario RBX. I saw your question. You asked me when I joined Roblox. So I first started playing in 2014 as a guest. 2015, my brother made my first account with his name Rhetorical Terry, which is still around. I just forgot the password to it. And then I made as many accounts from 2015 to 2016 that I still have the passwords to. And then you got this account. I had this account. So there's an account I made before this named Cool Terry 82838. I don't know how I remember the numbers, but there's this account I made in 2017, right? It's Cool Terry 82838, and that got hacked by my own classmate in fifth grade. It got hacked by my own classmate. We
What?
exactly that was my reaction. We confronted him on the last day of school. We made him cry on the last day of school,
Oh,
and I got a sense of relief. Oh, I got a sense of relief after that because, like, I was like, "Don't mess with me," but it's okay because I made this this account. I made this same account that I'm on right now. I think 2 or 3 months after that, and after that, I just this is my account for my main account for the past 5 years, soon to be six actually. I think if like 2017 to 2023 is like 7 years. I mean, not seven, like 5 or 6 years. Yeah, it's 6 years. And yeah, that's basically it. I have a long history. There's a time in 2021 where I got terminated, right? MTAR should remember. I got terminated. Oh yeah, I got terminated because some dude went onto my like I got beamed, right? And then I confronted the dude who beamed me, and I said some because I was really upset that they took my stuff. So I got mad at them, basically pushed them out in text on Discord, and then they pretended that they didn't do anything. And then while I was cursing them out, they just like uploaded a really inappropriate thumbnail for a game, and that got me terminated. And I made this big essay appealing, and I even pretended to be my mom just to persuade the um mods to unban me. And I forgot the name of the mod who unbanned me. I remembered their name for like 6 months and forgot, but I forgot their name. But I got terminated, so that's how this account is still alive to this day.
Well, that's a heck of a story.
Yep.
Glad it turned out fine. Jeez. Anyway,
Me too.
next question. Okay, Nick.
MC.
We won't do MC. I'm joking. Invite to speak. Go ahead, MC.
Terry,
Yup.
how'd you became so popular today? Like, how?
How did I become so popular? I'm popular? Well, I thought I was known by maybe just like a few people, like maybe 30 or 40 people. I don't know how much people know me, but if you say popular, then okay. So I don't know how I'm really known. I think it's just because of my association, my constant association with people like Spiral, Pup, Nick, mostly Elijah, um, just like more of the bigger people. I think it's just because of my association with the bigger people in the community
Ah,
that I'm friends with, especially it's mostly Nick, Cammy, and Tavon that I'm mostly close with in
sorry,
terms of the
it's
big
just
people.
my brothers.
It's okay. It's okay. And that's pretty much it. It's just my association with like the bigger people and me constantly like trying to like call Ral out and like all these bad people out. So like there's this time in 2022 I would get in so many arguments just so like we would like I could stop these people from being annoying or just being bullies to everybody. And that's pretty much it.
All right. All right.
What I want
Thank
to
you
know.
for that. Yeah, thank you, MC. One more question. Anybody? More. What's up?
While we
Ready?
wait for questions, while we wait for someone to ask a question, you guys could ask through the game chat. I'm fine with that. While we wait for that, I would like to promote these four FECs. Jake's
Okay.
Arcade and Fun, which is owned by MTAR160, who's in the audience. Oscar Tainment, which is owned by Nick GT50.
Hey,
Talks, which is owned by Eliza, which is owned by Eliza or Rage Electrics. Adrian's R&B Club, which is owned by the Canadian himself, Tavon Stewart. And these two places, HTV, well, actually, no, three, HTV, Goodness Entertainment, and Chief Productions. Those are the six, or actually, no, seven places or companies I would like to promote as we wait for questions.
all right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Terry. And one more question from Blue. Here we go.
Okay. So, are you Wade Muffin? If I mentioned that right, um, are you related to someone?
Am I what? Your mic is like constantly glitching and cutting. I couldn't understand.
Are you related to someone? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, am I related to someone?
Yes.
Oh, in the community, like if you're talking about family wise, no, nobody in my family related wise is not in this community.
Okay, then. All right.
And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Right. Well, thank you everyone for your questions, and ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Terry for being with us tonight. Well, I love you a lot, Terry, and we're very glad you're in this community. Yeah, just keep shooting for the stars. Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
doing really good. Drumming's great. Your building's great. We love it.
Thank you. One
All
more
right,
thing,
guys.
guys. I got one more thing for the audience. There is an album releasing. I won't give the name and I won't say a single track that's on it. All I'm gonna say is that maybe there's some like tracks, like songs from like I think maybe 70s to 80s, maybe 90s too. There's an album releasing by Nick that I'm gonna do drums for. I think about 4 or 5 songs. And I won't say the name, but it is not that. It's by me and Nick, and these songs will be great. And the album should be releasing. It was going to release in January or February, but this time it's going to release somewhere around maybe March to May.
That sounds good. Anyway, folks, until next time on the Goodness Show, one last goodbye to everyone, and yeah.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
You know, I could have got interviewed